proceedings. I request Mr. Vinay Prajapati, our Director, Sagarmala, to moderate the session and start the proceedings.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable ministers from central government, honorable ministers from states, senior officials from central line ministries and states, senior officials from Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. A warm welcome to the 19th Maritime States Development Council meeting here in Kevadia. I am Vinay Prajapati, Director Sagarmala, and it is my honor to have you all with us today. To mark the inauguration of the meeting, please allow me to invite the respective dignitaries to extend the warm welcome to our esteemed honorable ministers. First, I request Shri T.K. Ramchandran, Secretary, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, to present a bouquet to Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, sir, Honorable Minister for Port, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush. Now I request Shri Rajesh Sinha sir, Additional Secretary MoPSW, to present a bouquet to Shripad Yeso Naik sir, Honorable Minister of the States for Port, Shipping and Waterways. Moving forward, I request Shri Sushil Kumar sir, JS Ports, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, to present a bouquet to Shri Raghavji Patel, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Government of Gujarat. Now I request Shri H.N. Aswath, Development Advisor, Ministry of Port, Shipping Waterways, to present a bouquet to Shri Thiru E. Velu, Honorable Minister of the Public Works, Government of Tamil Nadu. Continuing with the ceremony, I request Shri R.K. Lakshmanan sir, JS Coordination, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, to present a bouquet to Shri Mankal Vaidya sir, Honorable Minister of Fisheries, Ports and Inland Transport, Government of Karnataka. Now I request Shri Agrim Kausal, Economic Advisor, Ministry of Port, Shipping Waterways, to present bouquet to Shri T.K. Ramchandran, Secretary MoPSW. I again request Shri Agrim Kausal, Economic Advisor, to present a bouquet to Shri Dr. Sanjeev Ranjan, Chairman NSB. Without further ado, before proceeding further, there is a request from Sri Thiru E. Veluji to felicitate our Honorable Minister. I would request
So going forward, sir, if you permit, sir, we can start with the introduction, one round of introduction, because a lot of new faces are also there. Sir, may I request to start from that side, sir?
Sanjeev Ranjan, I am the Chairman of the National Shipping Board.
I am Malini Shankar, I am Vice Chancellor of the Indian Maritime University.
I am Sanjay Bandyopadhyay, I am the Chairman of the Inland Waterway Authority of India.
I am Rajiv Jaluta, Chairman of Mumbai Port Authority.
Good morning, sir. I am Sanjay Mehta, Chairman Deen Dayal Port Authority, Kandla.
Morning, sir. Sanjay Sethi, Chairman Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority.
Good morning, sir. I am Sunil Paliwal, Chairperson of Chennai Port Authority and Chairman cum Managing Director of Kamarajar Port Limited at Ennore.
Good morning, sir. I am P.L. Harnath, Chairman Paradip Port.
Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Vinod Kumar, Chairman Mormugo Port.
Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Beena. I am Chairperson of the Cochin Port Authority.
Morning, sir. I am Angamuttu, Chairman Vizag Port Authority and Chairman of Dredging Corporation of India also. Thank you.
morning, sir. I am B.K. Jha, Chairperson in charge, VOC Port Tuticorin.
Morning, sir. I am Vice Admiral Adhir Arora, Chief Hydrographer to the Government of India.
Morning, sir. I am Vice Admiral Tarun Sopti, Director General Naval Operations from the Indian Navy.
Morning, sir. I am IG Pathak. I am the Deputy Director General Operations and Coastal Security from the Indian Coast Guard.
Good morning, sir. I'm Kamlesh Gosai, Executive Director, Ministry of Railways. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Myself Prakash Gaur. I'm the CEO of National Highway Logistics Management Limited from MORTH.
Good morning, sir. I'm Jagbir Singh, Additional Director General, CISF.
Good morning, sir. I am Vikas Narwal, Managing Director, Indian Port Association. Thank you, sir.
Morning, sir. I am Shyam Jagannathan, Director General Shipping.
Sir, I am Shravan Kumar Verma, Regional Officer, Gandhinagar, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change.
Good morning, sir. I am Anand, Director, representing Department of Revenue Customs.
Good morning, sir. Colonel Hemant Kapoor, CEO, NMHC, sir.
Good morning, sir. I am R.K. Kuril, Director in Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas.
Good morning, sir. I am Chandrasekharan, Head Pipelines from ONGC.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Dr. Prashant Kumar. I am Chief Port Administrator, Port Management Board, Andaman and Nicobar Islands.
नमस्कार सर, मेरा नाम राजेश सिन्हा है, मैं एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी हूँ, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पोर्ट शिपिंग वाटरवे.
Namaskar, sir. I am Bhushan Kumar. I am JS Sagarmala in Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways.
Namaskar, sir. I am Sushil Singh, Joint Secretary in Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways.
नमस्कार सर, मेरा नाम लक्ष्मणन है, जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी इन मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पोर्ट शिपिंग एंड वाटरवेज.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर, मेरा नाम अश्वथ, मैं डेवलपमेंट एडवाइजर पोर्ट्स इन द मिनिस्ट्री.
नमस्कार महोदय, मेरा नाम अग्रिम कौशल, मैं आर्थिक सलाहकार पत्तन पोत परिवहन मंत्रालय में.
Good morning, sir. I am Vinayak Prajapati, Director Sagarmala in Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rajkumar Beniwal. I am Vice Chairman and CEO, Gujarat Maritime Board.
Namaskar, sir. I am Kapil Mohan. I am Chief Executive Officer of Karnataka Maritime Board.
Good morning, sir. I am Pradeep Yadav, Additional Chief Secretary, Highways and Ports, Government of Tamil Nadu.
Good morning, sir. I am S. Natarajan, CEO, Tamil Nadu Maritime Board.
सभी को नमस्कार. मैं उषा पाडी, प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी कॉमर्स एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट डिपार्टमेंट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा. I am also CEO of Odisha Maritime Board. I am representing my minister, and Honorable Minister has conveyed her compliments to all the dignitaries here. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is K.S. Srinivas. I am Principal Secretary, Fisheries and Ports, Government of Kerala.
Good morning, sir. I am Salim Kumar, CEO, Kerala Maritime Board.
Good morning, sir. This is Rajesh Asati, Deputy Secretary, Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways.
Good morning, sir. My name is Lieutenant Commander Ravindranath Reddy. I am DCO, AP Maritime Board.
Good morning, sir. I am P. Mohan Gandhi, CEO of West Bengal State Maritime Board.
Good morning, sir. This is Yuvraj. I am Secretary, Industry, Infrastructure and Investment Department, Government of Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning, sir. I am Mansoor, Additional Secretary, Government of Pondicherry, Director of Ports.
Good morning, sir. I am Vikas Gavnikar, Captain of Ports, Goa.
Good morning, sir. I am Captain Praveen Khara, Chief Port Officer from Maharashtra Maritime Board.
Good morning, sir. I am representing MHS, sir. I am looking after coastal security in MHS, sir.
Namaskar, sir. I am A.J. Parmar, Assistant Superintending Archaeological Engineer from ASI, Vadodara.
Good morning, sir. My name is Samrat Rahe. I am Deputy Chairman, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee Port, Calcutta.
Good morning, sir. I am K.G. Nath, Deputy Chairperson, New Mangalore Port Authority.
नमस्कार सर, A.K. सिंह, डिप्टी ट्रांसपोर्ट कमिश्नर, यूपी ट्रांसपोर्ट डिपार्टमेंट, उत्तर प्रदेश.
सर नमस्कार, मैं डॉक्टर सियाराम वर्मा, असिस्टेंट आरटीओ ट्रांसपोर्ट डिपार्टमेंट, उत्तर प्रदेश.
Honorable Minister of State, Port Shipping and Waterways, Shri Shantanu Thakurji has just joined. I request Shri Bhushan Kumar, Joint Secretary Sagarmala, to present a bouquet. without further ado, I would like to invite Shri T.K. Ramchandran, Secretary MoPSW, to deliver welcome address and set the tone for the insightful gathering.
Namaskar everyone. Honorable Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal ji. Honorable Minister of State, Shri Shripad Yesso Nayak ji. Honorable Minister of State, Shri Shantanu Thakur ji. Honorable Minister, Ministry of Agriculture, Government of Gujarat, Shri Raghavji Patel ji. Honorable Minister for Fisheries, Ports and Inland Transport, Government of Karnataka, Shri Mankal Vaidya ji. Honorable Minister of Public Works, Government of Tamil Nadu, Shri E.V. Velu ji. All other senior dignitaries present here who have assembled here to participate in the Maritime State Development Council. To all of you, a warm welcome to the 19th meeting of the MSDC. We are very fortunate to have with us today the Honorable Minister, Union Minister, chairing this session. We welcome him to this August gathering. We also have the Honorable Ministers of State who have taken time off their busy schedules to be with us here today. We welcome them. We also welcome the Honorable Ministers from the states of Karnataka, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu who have traveled all the way to be with us and to share with us their valuable insights. Sirs, welcome. I also welcome the other officials from across the board who have turned up here in large numbers and who have added weight to the deliberations in this 19th MSDC. We hope that in the next few hours we will deliberate on some of the very important issues and arrive at consensus. The MSDC, as you're all aware, is an apex advisory body for the development of the maritime sector and aims to ensure integrated development of the major and other ports. The MSDC was constituted in May 97 to assess, in consultation with the state governments, the future development of existing and new ports other than major ports by the respective maritime states, either directly or through captive users and private participation. MSDC's role extends to overseeing the holistic progress of ports other than major ports, captive and private ports within the maritime states. This oversight is aimed at their harmonious growth alongside major ports and the evaluation of additional infrastructure requirements like roads, rail and inland waterways. Recommendations are provided to concerned ministries based on these assessments. Till now, 18 meetings of MSDC have been successfully held. The 18th meeting of the MSDC was held through VC mode on 24th of June 2021. The key items discussed during the meeting were Indian Port Bill, National Maritime Heritage Museum, NMHC complex, the rail and road connectivity with ports, floating jetties for marine operations and seaplane operations, Sagarmala projects and the national infrastructure pipeline projects. The 19th meeting that is being held today will build on the action items from the 18th meeting. Discussions will advance on the Sagarmala program, the NMHC, the National Waterways Development, challenges and opportunities for RoPax, ferry, urban passenger waterways transportation, and road and rail connectivity to ports. Resolving these issues and challenges faced by the state maritime boards and maritime transport departments will be a primary focus of this meeting. The ports and logistic industry has always been the pulse of the economy and it is viewed as the most significant driver of trade due to its sheer volume and outreach. India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world and its maritime sector plays a very crucial role in the country's economic growth. Recognizing this, and the immense potential that the maritime sector has, the government has placed a strong emphasis on integrating the maritime sector with our overall economic growth strategy. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and under the guidance of the Honorable Minister, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal ji, we have embarked on a transformative journey focusing on a comprehensive, multi-pronged plan to harness the power of our ports, shipping and inland waterways, as well as to leverage our vast coastal resources. While substantial progress has been achieved in several areas, including the ones that I highlighted initially, the Sagarmala program, the NMHC, the National Waterways and Improved Inland Navigation Infrastructure Development, then the Gati Shakti program, the Comprehensive Port and Port Connectivity program, and so on, it is important to acknowledge the challenges that persist. We are gathered here at the MSDC meeting today to engage in thoughtful discussions and find effective solutions to address these challenges. Leveraging the unwavering support of all of you, we are poised to surmount these challenges and establish ourselves as a resilient maritime powerhouse. So I welcome you all once again and hope that these deliberations will be very fruitful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Moving forward, we have series of presentation by Shri Bhushan Kumar, Joint Secretary, Sagarmala, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, covering the action taken on 18th MSDC, overview of Sagarmala program and National Maritime Heritage Complex. I now invite Shri Bhushan Kumar to make the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. So, sir, I'll start with action taken report on the last meeting. Next slide. In the last meeting, sir, that was held on 24 June 21, we discussed various issues, including NMSC project, Indian Ports Bill, floating jetties, which is a new concept, then support required by Indian Coast Guard, creating of Maritime Development Fund, port, rail and road connectivity aspects, developing of seaplane projects, then Sagarmala program, NIP projects, and also support for the custom operations. Sir, I'll cover the action taken on each one of them. Next slide. The first one is, sir, NMSC, where we requested all states to support this project and nominate the nodal officers for this to coordinate development of this project. So all the states have nominated the officers, and we are coordinating them with them for obtaining the artifacts and other material. Still from Kerala, West Bengal, Lakshadweep and Daman and Diu, we are awaiting the response. We will have a detailed presentation on the entire project, sir. We will cover this in detail in the subsequent presentations. Next slide. Then this aspect was also discussed, that the Sagarmala State Committee meeting should be held at least once in 6 months. So most of the ports have held those kind of meetings, but Maharashtra, Puducherry, Odisha, West Bengal, Daman and Diu are yet to hold the meeting of Sagarmala State Committee meetings. These are very important committees, and the regular meetings are required to push the to expedite all the projects under Sagarmala in various states and UTs, sir. So we again request all the states and UTs to conduct the meetings as frequently as possible. Next slide. Then we requested all the states and UTs to submit proposals for Sagarmala funding the projects which are not feasible otherwise through PPP mode or equity investment. So we received several proposals, and we sanctioned 53 projects of 3,460 crore. And Karnataka was leading in this, followed by Maharashtra, Andhra, and other states also have submitted the proposals. And now these projects are either in implementation stage or under development and tendering stage. Next slide. Then National Infrastructure Pipeline is another big initiative of central government, sir, where states projects are also there, sir. States have achieved a 62% capex expenditure. And this year also, sir, they are their expenditure is very well, sir. They are close to 80% already in this financial year. So on this front also, sir, the progress is good. Next slide. In the last meeting, sir, floating jetties concept we floated before the committee members, and then with the support of all the states and UTs, we could prepare the DPRs, detailed DPRs, and we have finalized phase 1. We have identified 50 locations, out of which we have already sanctioned 15 projects for funding, and work is going on more than 150 locations. Next slide. Maritime Development Fund, sir, we are trying to develop a fund where which can facilitate cheaper funding to all the projects, to all states and UTs. So we circulated a cabinet note for the central government approval, but we received comments saying that already there are banks, there are infrastructure institutions which are lending the money. So now we have revised the cabinet note, and we will be circulating the revised note very soon, and we will get it approved, sir. Indian Ports Bill also, sir, we have finalized in consultation with all the states and UTs. Several comments were received from states, and the now final draft is ready, sir. That is under vetting with Department of Legislative, sir, of central government. Next slide. On the water aerodrome, sir, seaplane projects, we are working on several projects, sir. These 3 projects are in advanced stage in island, sir. The one is in Neil Island, for which EC we have received recently, sir. Long Island also we have received EC. And Swaraj Deep Island, sir, this is already recommended by EAC committee. We will be receiving the environment clearance very soon. And we, in parallel, sir, we have completed the tendering process, and we will be awarding these projects very soon, sir, now. Next slide. Then Indian Coast Guard requested for facilities in our ports and also state-run ports. So all their concerns have been addressed, sir, largely. They have been provided all the requisite facilities, and in future also, whenever they will ask for any support or any facilities, sir, we will be keep on extending the support to them. Next slide. Then port road and rail connectivity, sir. This was a major issue because connectivity in our ports is not up to the mark. So we, in consultation with all the states and duties, we have prepared a comprehensive port connectivity plan, and we have identified 107 new connectivity infrastructure gaps. We have representative from MORTH and Railways here, sir. They will be making the detailed presentation on the progress on this front, sir. Next slide. Then customs also requested for support, sir. We have extended all the supports. We have obtained confirmation. I think all ports, major ports as well as state ports are providing them requisite berthing facilities. Next slide. Development of waterways, sir. There was request from Odisha for development of National Waterway 5. The work is going on that front. And there was a request from Karnataka to include Suvarna River as national waterways. I think feasibility is an issue, and also this requires Parliament amendment by Parliament, because all national waterways have been notified through a act. But we will have more detailed discussion when Chairman IWI will make their presentation. Next. Yeah. That's all, sir, on the action taken. So we have progressed well as far as all the action items decided in the last meeting, sir. So we'll move on to next presentation, sir, Sagarmala program. So this is agenda number 1. So Sagarmala program was launched in March 2015, sir, by the central government, and we are working under main 5 pillar in this program, sir: port modernization, port connectivity, port-led industrialization, coastal community development, and coastal shipping and inland waterway development, sir. We have several projects. The basic aim is to reduce logistic cost, to promote skill development, and to enhance the role of domestic waterways through multimodal transport. So these are the key objectives, and we have a large pipeline of projects under this Sagarmala program, sir. We are working in sync with all the stakeholders, including central line ministries, major ports, state-run ports, for this program. Next slide. This is a great governance framework for the Sagarmala program, sir. There is a Apex Committee, National Sagarmala Apex Committee, under the chairmanship of Honorable Minister. And then there is a Sagarmala Coordination and Steering Committee chaired by Cabinet Secretary, and State Sagarmala Committee, sir. So there is a committee at each state and UT level, and that plays very important role in taking forward all the projects under Sagarmala. Next slide. Total, sir, we have 809 projects costing 5.74 lakh crore. So I'll not read all the status, sir. The snapshot is given in this. Next slide. This is a overall status, sir. 237 projects have already been completed, and around 230 projects are under construction right now. 262 projects are under construction, and remaining projects are under DPR preparation, concept level and development level. So tendering and all those are going on in the other projects. Next slide. So in all these projects, sir, we are funding through 3 main modes, sir. One is first we try each project under PPP mode. The projects which are not feasible under PPP, which are slightly risky, we give equity support through our SDCL company, sir, Sagarmala Development Corporation Company. If the project is not feasible at all, then we provide the grant from the Sagarmala scheme, sir. So these 3 modes are there for financial support in the Sagarmala framework. Next slide. So far, sir, under PPP, we have operationalized 21 projects of 23,000 crore in major ports, and also 35 projects of 39,870 crore have been awarded. So combined, sir, around more than 60,000 crore have come from the PPP side. And we have also, through equity mode, we have invested in 5 projects. We have put in total 542 crore in 5 projects. Next slide. As far as funding is concerned, sir, the grant which we are giving, we have funded 171 projects to all the states and UTs. In this, Maharashtra is leading with 46 projects, followed by Karnataka with 31 projects, and Tamil Nadu with 22 projects, Andhra Pradesh 14 projects, and so on. So we request all the other states and UTs to please prepare your proposals and submit for further grant if you need. Next slide. These are a couple of projects, sir. I'll not go into detail because we have limited time here, but these are some of the successful projects under Sagarmala which we have completed. The first one is in Gujarat, Hazira Goga Ferry. So this is successfully running, and under Sagarmala program, sir, this 100 crore, around 100 crore projects have been completed. Next slide. This is another project in Maharashtra, sir, Mumbai Mandwa Ferry. This is also running very successfully, sir. This is a Ro-Ro-Ropex ferry. This is a cruise terminal, international cruise terminal in Mumbai port, sir. This is under construction right now, and we are making a world-class cruise terminal in Mumbai port. Another world-class cruise terminal we are making in Goa, sir, with the support of Sagarmala program. Next slide. This is another project in Goa, sir, for connectivity project. Connectivity is also an important vertical under Sagarmala program. Next slide. This is in Karnataka, sir, where we are developing a dedicated jetty for movement of cargo for Lakshadweep. This Karnataka Maritime Board is working on this, and we are giving them 100% funding for this project. Next slide. Then Kerala, sir, multi-purpose coastal berth at Kollam was developed, sir. project is also complete and successfully in operation. Then Cochin Fishing Harbour, sir, we are modernizing Cochin Fishing Harbour. Last year only this project was sanctioned and this is awarded. This is under construction now. Next slide. In Tamil Nadu, sir, we have completed fishing harbour. Coastal community development is also an important vertical under Sagarmala. So this project was completed under coastal community development. Next slide. This is another fishing harbour project in Andhra Pradesh, sir. This is also now nearing completion. Physical progress is around 86% in this project. Next slide. In Andhra Pradesh, another project is improvement of an existing port, sir. Kakinada Anchorage Port is there. So we are modernizing that port. That is also an important vertical under Sagarmala. So this will be completed in next couple of months. This slide shows, sir, the Haridaspur Paradeep rail company where we have invested in equity in SPV through SDCL. So this is also an operational project, sir. This is supporting Paradeep Port in a big way, sir. Next slide. We have now taken a anti-erosion work related project also, sir, in West Bengal. Recently we have sanctioned this project because a lot of proposals are coming from states for prevention of coastal erosion. So we have started supporting all those projects also, sir. Next slide. Then upgradation of an berth in Calcutta Port. So this project is also under construction now. Next slide. This is a rail connectivity project, sir, where we have improved the infrastructure. So this is also a completed project. Next slide. So this was a snapshot of sir, various projects. We have shown just couple of projects which are completed or under construction to just give you a snapshot. Then we are also working for skill development, sir. We are running a program in convergence with DDU-GKY where we have already trained more than 5,000 candidates and we have placed more than 2,600 candidates. Also in Alang we are running a training program. Apart from the skill development, sir, we have set up 3 technology centers, Center of Excellence in Maritime and Shipbuilding, SEMS in Vizag and Mumbai, National Technology Center for Ports, Waterways and Coast along with IIT Chennai, sir. This is also already operational. Then Center for Inland and Coastal Maritime Technology, this we are developing with IIT Kharagpur, sir. This is under construction, but already operational also, sir. The facilities are under construction. Next slide. This is a snapshot of the funded projects, sir. Here I want to highlight issues because all state representatives and UT representatives, senior officials are here. Now, as far as the fiscal space in Sagarmala funding is concerned, we have some unspent balances lying with various states, and some of the funds are lying for more than 3-4 years. So we are now asking for additional funds from Ministry of Finance, and just a few days back they have sanctioned 750 crore additionally to us. But every time we go to them, then they highlight these unspent balances. So I request all the states to please expedite the projects and push this expenditure. If some projects can't be implemented, then let's close that. Please send a formal communication that the project is no more required. Then we will close that and we will settle the accounts also. All the projects are may not be related to maritime. Some projects may be related to fisheries. Some projects may be related to skill development. So here largely the senior officer from maritime verticals are there. But this is the situation in these states. We will seek your support in coordinating with other departments of your state and settling these pending issues and settling the unspent amounts. Next slide. This, sir, as I mentioned earlier, sir, the Sagarmala State Committee meetings are very important, sir, to expedite the projects. Some of these states are not holding these meetings frequently. Again, we request them to please convene that kind of meetings that will expedite your projects. and we will be able to work in a better coordinated manner. Next slide. This is another aspect, sir, the statutory compliances. In Sagarmala being in ministry, we are handling these statutory compliances, especially related to POL, LNG, and the approval required under petroleum rules. So while giving that approval, we also go through the other approvals available with the states, the ports. So what we have noticed is that cargo is handled in 66 state-run ports. This is not including the major ports. So 66 state-run ports are there. And when we see the navigational safety aspect, the navigational safety is, approval is only available with 24 ports. So this is, navigational safety is very important element for the port operations. I request all the states to please examine. We have written letters to the maritime boards also. Please look into this matter, and we are there to support you in whatever manner you want. But please ensure the navigational safety of your ports. And the next element in this table is, sir, the EXIM. The export and import is handled by 41 ports. Out of 41, sir, the ISPS compliance is available only with 32 ports. For export and import, sir, minimum level 1 of ISPS level compliance should be available with all the ports. This is a serious security lapse on the part of some of the states, state-run ports. So please, all states may please take note of this, that 9 ports are there without ISPS compliant. DG Shipping is also here. DG Shipping can also look into this. Then as far as handling of hydrocarbon, petroleum products is concerned, sir, 19 ports are handling POL, LPG, LNG related cargo, sir. Out of that, sir, only 12 ports are having approval, sir. So some of the ports are have not taken PESO approval as well as ministry's approval. As per Petroleum Act, ministry is supposed to notify each and every terminal or port handling the petroleum products. So please look into this also, because this is a explosive, these are explosive cargoes, so any untoward incident may lead to further complications. So these three sir, important elements I wanted to highlight in this meeting and bring to the notice of all the senior officials present in this forum. Next slide. As far as, sir, the overall maritime sector is concerned, sir, Sagarmala has also completed around 9 years now. So we have seen tremendous jump in overall performance, sir. On the slide, you can see all big numbers are there. Our major port capacities have doubled in last 8 to 9 years. Then annual cruise passengers is more than triple. Despite COVID, we have had a good performance in this. Coastal shipping is growing at a very good rate. Lighthouse tourism we are promoting, that is also more than doubled. Similarly, sir, other elements also we have progressed really well. So next slide. So as far as our global rankings are concerned, sir, the ranking is improving. Already 2 ports are among the global top 30 ports. Our turnaround time has come down. It's now less than 1 day. And we are among top 5 as far as seafarers are concerned. And in shipbuilding also, sir, now we are at 20th rank globally. We have improved by 3-4 ranks. Then we are at 40th rank in world competitiveness and 23rd rank in liner shipping connectivity index. And our logistic performance index has also improved, sir, which was 54th rank in 2014. Now it is 38th. So with the support of all the states, UTs, and the good work all of all the coastal states are doing, and also with the whatever support we can do from Sagarmala, sir, we are improving day by day on all the fronts, sir. So thank you. This is all as far as the Sagarmala program is concerned. Agenda item 3 is, sir, National Maritime Heritage Complex, sir. This project we are developing in Lothal. Lothal is a 4,500 year old port, sir, I would say. Then there is already that time old dock is still there, sir. This is the only site in the world where you have 4,500 year old dock existing and intact. You can see in the picture, so it's there. I think most of the people must have seen that. In the last meeting, sir, we requested support from all the states and UTs. We are getting full support from all the states, so we thought that we will apprise them of the status of this project. Next slide. So the master plan of this project is already under implementation. We have Hafiz Contractor as the principal management consultant for this project, and phase 1A is already under construction by Tata Projects, and construction is in full swing, sir. In this project, sir, we will have, this will be biggest maritime complex in the world, sir, and this will have world's tallest lighthouse museum. This will have world's largest open aquatic gallery, and this will have biggest India's Indian Navy and Coast Guard museum, sir. So this is going to be a international tourism hub in the coming days, sir. Next slide. This is the master plan. This I showed last time also. So this is this project we are developing in 400 acres. Government of Gujarat has given the land free of cost to us, and you can see all the blue areas. So the master plan is prepared on a concept that all areas will be approached through waterways also, in apart from normal road route. So that is the kind of concept. This will have amusement parks, this will have museum, or a replica of Lothal town. Next slide. This is the phase 1 area which we are developing, which is under construction. I'll show you the construction pictures also. Next slide. So in the museum, sir, we will showcase from the for all the history as well as the modern shipping. So we will have 14 galleries in the museum with complete modern audio-visual aids. It will be state-of-art museum, sir. Next slide. This is a view of Lothal town replica, the Bagicha complex, which is the parking place, recreated Lothal town. This is the artistic view, but under construction currently. And lighthouse, you can see the lighthouse will also have the light and sound show, etc. Next slide. As I said, this will have amusement parks of under various themes. Next slide. This is the construction picture, sir. The construction is in full swing. You can see. So we are targeting that phase 1 will be inaugurated in 2024, next year. Next slide. The Navy is also setting up the gallery in a big way, and also some artifacts outside. They have already commissioned missile launcher, gun mount, and Sea Harrier aircraft. You can see these are real ground, the construction site pictures. And they are going to place a ship there also. The ship is under cutting, and that will be assembled at site, and that will also be a sort of museum, sir. Next slide. So in this, sir, we need further support from coastal states. This project will have coastal state pavilions, sir, where each state can display, states and UTs can showcase their art, culture, and other things. So we are allocating the space to all the coastal states. We are already in advanced discussion with the government of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Andaman Nicobar. Other states may also, start planning for development of the coastal state pavilion, sir. This is the support now we request from all the states to please expedite development of your coastal pavilion so that we can launch the phase 1A along with your coastal pavilions in the next year. That's all, sir, as far as NMSC projects is concerned.
Thank you, sir, for your comprehensive presentations. Our journey into maritime development is gaining momentum. Now, I invite
Just one intervention. The point to be noted in NMHC, for instance, is that all the coastal states, they need to participate in the development of the coastal state pavilion. So we request that when you go back, please conceptualize this and ensure that you develop some kind of note which you can share with us. And this will have to be developed by you, funded by you, and set up by you. With our support, of course, whatever support is required, we can give you. Yeah, next.
Noted, sir. Now I invite Shri Sanjay Bandyopadhyay, Chairman IWI, to enlighten us about the development of national waterways.
Next, please. So, we have, this is the chronological series of how many waterways are there in India. In 86, the Inland Waterway Authority was established, and till 2008 we had 5 waterways. The first declared was the Ganga Bhagirathi, then Brahmaputra, the West Coast Canal, and the Krishna Godavari, and the East Coast Canal. In 2016, 106 new waterways were declared, and now we have total 20,187 kilometers of waterway. Next slide, please. And over time, the cargo increased, and this comes from the hinterland of different states. The various trades and manufacturing and consumption centers in the state, they take advantage of this. Last year, we closed with 126 million ton of cargo, and we want to go up to 500 million tons. And this being the cheapest and the most efficient, the least carbon dioxide emitting mode, this we want to take it to a modal share with the coastals, integrating into coastal up to 7% of the total transportation. Next, please. So we have a vision plan we had made earlier for 2030, which was launched by Honorable Prime Minister on 1921, and now we have made for 2047 for the entire infrastructure sector of the country. And as I told that we will go up to 500 million ton. Presently 23, we had a target of developing 23 waterways for cargo. A lot more have been developed for the passengers. Around 50 are also used in addition to 23 for passengers. But we have already developed these 23 waterways. Can you go into the details of the 23? Hyperlink, please. And these are dispersed over all the states. And the states are also aware of this because the people are using this. The water transport departments of the state government, the maritime boards, they're helping on this. One can see the cargo in this, and the maximum cargo comes from the west coast and east coast. There is also traffic in Ganga and the Brahmaputra, and also on the IBP route. Go back, please. So moving ahead, we also have a target of connecting the regional countries. Bhutan takes cargo through us from Dubri, goes up to Bangladesh and other places. We are also connected with Bangladesh, of course, through the dockyards of Kolkata, the Haldia, also from Dubri and Pandu to Bangladesh. Bangladesh is also connected to Tripura via Sonamura. The Myanmar, our port on Sitwe, and then the waterway connecting to this Mizoram is also being developed. Sitwe is on. The waterway up to Paletwa is also in operation, though it has to be dredged, but from Paletwa, a road will connect up to Aizwal. Our Indian side is completed, but from Paletwa to Mizoram border is under construction. Nepal has also recently signed a treaty for water transport, and it wants to connect to Haldia port through the terminals at Kalughat and Sahibganj. We have developed, taking advantage of the cargo movement, cruises have also come in, and the number of cruises with night stays have increased. Next slide, please. We have taken, the government of India has taken with the help of World Bank and our own funding, the JMVP, Jal Vikas project. It has almost more than 50% of it is complete. We have developed 3 terminals on this at Varanasi, Sahibganj and Haldia. 2 of them are operational. We are in the process of selecting PPP operators for long-term basis. Haldia has been already awarded to the PPP operator, and it will also start soon within 2-3 months. A terminal at Kalughat in Bihar is under construction, which we will see in detail. Next, please. These were in the Jalmarg Vikas process, these were the projects for cargo movement in longitudinal, so that Varanasi, Sahibganj, Kalughat, that is Patna, is connected to Haldia port. The trade there and the various things can be connected to the sea for export-import, but in addition to that, it was thought that so much of population lives around the Ganga river and the Ganga-Hooghly river system. They should also get advantage of this. So the Earth Ganga, that is Jalmarg Vikas phase 2, was brought in which community jetties were planned and now under construction, and some of them have been completed. This was for the benefit of the population around the farming sector, the artisans, other people. Next, please. So overall in the Jalmarg Vikas project, these are the projects. Can you click on the hyperlink, first hyperlink, Varanasi, please. So Varanasi is complete. It is also being used for the cargo off and on. And this is being awarded on the PPP. We will going for a bid on PPP. It was tried thrice, but the bidders didn't come. But now it has been added to the freight village there, and people have shown interest, and very soon we will be bidding it. Go back, please. The Sahibganj is also complete. This was designed and planned for moving the minerals to Bangladesh and through Haldia port for export. This is also going on bid with Varanasi. Back, please. Haldia. Haldia was complete, inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister recently, and this has been awarded to a concessionaire who will carry various things to Bangladesh and to Northeast. Go back, please. Kalughat in Bihar is under construction, which will be completed by December. This will take from North Bihar to the Ganga river to Haldia port, and Nepal also wants connectivity to this. Go back, please. The RoRo terminals have been planned. Some are in operation. Some are done by the state governments. Then 11 community jetties. 11 community jetties are completed. They have been inaugurated in UP. Bihar and Jharkhand, some of them are complete. In West Bengal also, some of the jetties are complete. Go back, please. Another major component of this JMVP is the fairway development. Please click the hyperlink, fairway maintenance on NW1. So these 3 have been awarded. Other bids are in progress. Earlier, we were short of bidders, either single bidders or no bidders came, but now people have shown interest. And very soon we will be awarding 4 stretches, for which the bids have been received. 3 more stretches will complete the entire stretch from Varanasi to Haldia. Go back, please. The channel stabilization work to reduce the cost of dredging. Click the channel stabilization work. This technology was started with the help of IIT Roorkee, in which bundling works are done, and this reduces the silt deposition on the main channel. And it has been successfully tried. Now we'll be doing over the entire waterways. The states can also try this and do this on their own waterways. Go back, please. Quick pontoon. This is another thing which can be tried in all the waterways in the country. At many places where the distance between 2 bridges is long and lot of villages are around the river system, these pontoon bridges are constructed, especially on Ganga. The pontoon bridges are there. There are around 14 to 18 pontoon bridges. And when the cargo vessel go on the river Ganga, it's very difficult to open them. It sometimes takes 2 days, 1.5 to 2 days to open it. So for us, IIT Kharagpur developed this quick pontoon opening system, which opens in 15 minutes and also closes in 15 minutes. And this has been bid out at 2 places, one in Bihar and one in UP. And with little bit of tweaking after they are installed and commissioned and used, we'll be bidding this out at 10 more places. And this is another system which can be used in the state waterways. Go back, please. Then we have deployed navigation aids all over the waterways. The Ganga Vilas, which went from Varanasi all up to Dibrugarh, used this system, and we were tracking it from Varanasi to Dibrugarh, 3,200 kilometers. Same thing has been deployed on the national waterways, and this is also available and showing the depth to the vessel which are going on the waterways. Night navigation is also available in the stretches on Ganga and Brahmaputra where the traffic is high. On the locks, go to the lock, please. We have constructed a new lock at Farakka, which is of higher capacity, and the speed of vessel crossing it also is 3 times that of the old lock. And this will be inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister soon. Go back. The old lock is also being upgraded. This will also be completed, and we will have 2 locks on Ganga. And in the similar way, when in the national waterways where locks are required, this can be planned and constructed. Go back. Next slide, please. Now coming to the development of the northeastern states, we are developing the Brahmaputra River, the Barak River, and the Gumti River. This is connected to the Ganga water system through Bangladesh. The first one is at the Pandu port we are developing a ship repair facility, because in Assam there are so many vessels in the entire stretch of 900 kilometers of Brahmaputra, and this ship repair facility will provide, now they have to take this vessel up to Kolkata to get them repaired. With the help of Cochin Shipyard Limited, we are establishing this ship repair facility for use of the vessel owners. Go back, please. Then on the Sonamura is on the Gumti River. Can you please click the hyperlink? So from Bangladesh, the trial run was done up to Tripura through Sonamura. In Sonamura, jetty is under construction, which will be completed by this year end, and the vessel can carry cargo to Agartala via Sonamura. Go back, please. Then a terminal is under construction at Bogeyville, the 5th one. Click the 6th one, please. So in Bogeyville, 2 things are under construction. One, the tourist jetty is almost complete, and a new cargo terminal is under construction, which will be completed early next year by February, which can carry the tea, the petroleum products and other raw materials from the far east, that is Dibrugarh side, connecting Arunachal area, right up to Pandu port and then to Bangladesh and Haldia. Go back please. Jogi Gopa multimodal terminal is under construction at Jogi Gopa. This will connect the hinterland where there is lot of mineral material like stone chips in great demand in Bangladesh, the food products and other material. Go back please. On the river Barak, Badarpur, click the Badarpur. On the river Barak, there are two major terminals which carry cargo to Bangladesh. One is the Badarpur, second is Karimganj. They have been upgraded to increase their capacity so that trade can go via Barak River with Bangladesh. Go back please. Yeah, next slide please. So this Bangladesh route, the IBP protocol route is very important for us. The cargo is also increasing, and this has provided an alternative route and a cheaper route to northeast on Brahmaputra, on Barak, on Gumti rivers to different states of northeast. And there are more demands from the states to start new terminals on this region. We are also starting a shorter route from Farakka to Maya Rajshahi to Brahmaputra, which private sector has also shown interest, and this will be taken up very soon for development. Go back, next slide please. Now, for attention of the states, and we have got a lot of help from the states, the new Inland Vessel Act was notified in 21, because the earlier act was of 1917 vintage, in which registration, permission, various things had to be taken from every state, and the vessel owners and personnel had to register themselves in every state wherever they wanted to operate. So this new act has brought a unified system all over the country, like the Motor Vehicle Act. So a vessel can be registered in one state and can be used in anywhere in the country. Similarly, a person who, the master of the vessel, the other people working on the vessel, they can get a certificate in Assam, trained in Assam, get tested in Assam, register themselves in Assam, and they can now work anywhere. So this has helped the economy of the country, and after the act was notified, we have notified 9 rules. The last rule is also under draft notification, but we had 4 meetings with the different states on various aspects of design and construction, and whatever changes have to be made are being carried forward. Go back. Next slide please. So an advisory committee has been constituted by the central government to discuss the various amendments required. It's a continuous process to make this act and make these rules more useful and carry out the amendments from time to time. Next please. To showcase that green vessels can be brought to the country, we are providing 8 electric catamarans constructed in India at 4 places. So 2 will be at Varanasi, 2 at Mathura, 2 at Ayodhya, and 2 at Guwahati. This electric catamarans are also being used at Kochi Metro. This is being constructed by the Cochin Shipyard Limited, and the first one we will see in December. Other states can also take these catamarans. The first indigenously built hydrogen fuel cell vessel is also being constructed and will launch at Varanasi, because we have a terminal there and it's a big tourist place. This will also showcase the first fully indigenously built hydrogen vessel in the country. Next slide, please. When we have developed the national waterways, the cruise, these are the night stay cruises, was attracted to the state. They are operating in the many waterways, Ganga Hooghly river system, Brahmaputra, Sundarbans, on the Kerala waterways, Goa waterways. There is more demand for this. Every year new cruise vessels are being launched. Next slide. And recently, as you heard, that the longest river cruise of the world, Ganga Vilas, took its venture from Varanasi, flagged off by Honorable Prime Minister, went right up to Dibrugarh, over 27 river systems. It will again take the journey from 1st of October, and it's booked for 2 years. Similarly, other cruises are also increasing. Presently, the numbers and the density is more on the Ganga, Hooghly and the Brahmaputra. We have requested them to bring them to Goa, to the Kerala waterways. There are some issues in other waterways which we will highlight. Next, please. Seeing this is the plan which we have made, which can bring investment of 35,000 crore in vessel and other infrastructure nearly 10,000 crores, and many more circuits will come. Next, please. Now, coming to the issues with the state government, we get a lot of help from the state government, and we know that there are problems in land acquisition and other things off and on. But to highlight the various issues, I will draw attention of the state governments one by one. First of all, most of the state government had formed their state water transport authorities or boards, given the powers to the transport department. But some states have to do it. I will request them to please activate their maritime boards, where there are the maritime boards, give the additional power to them for development of the waterways. And in states which are fully riverine, there the IWT department has to be strengthened. Then on Andhra Pradesh, there are certain land acquisition issues remaining on the RoRo terminals which we have invested. So those have to be sorted out. Then there are some, we had requested for the notification of some user charges of RoRo services, so that these terminals can start initially. Later on, maybe you can start with the user charges. Presently, they have to be denotified so that this picks up. Then there is a navigational lock issue in Polavaram, which has been taken up at the highest level. So those lock specification on the national waterways has to be maintained. For Kerala, we had given several projects to the state government of Kerala. The new navigational lock is under construction for last 8 years. That has to be completed, please. I had twice meeting with ACS and the Chief Secretary, and they had pushed this, but this needs completion. Then a foot overbridge needs to be constructed at one place, Kovilattom, where Honorable Chief Minister has also instructed the PWD to take this work fast. This will enable some of the cruise owners and other cargo vessel owners, they want to start immediately the navigation in this stretch. The fishing nets have to be removed, and the RoRo vessel at Kochi has to be activated. In Tamil Nadu, the High Court has given us direction to start the Buckingham Canal, but there are so many encroachments which have to be removed. In Odisha, we are developing the NW5 and the Mahanadi River. NW5 specifically to carry coal from Talcher to the two ports of Paradip and Dhamra, and the state government has kindly and very in a high speed they have approved the formation, their participation in the SPV, giving their SPV for further development and all help which is required. In Bihar, the Dolphin Sanctuary is not enabling us to develop the RoRo terminals. That has to be taken up with the Wildlife Board of the state government. Next slide. In Assam, the 4 RoRo RoPax vessels which were given, they are most of the time not being used. If there are any issues, then we can sort out, but they have to be activated because it's in demand, more demand. in West Bengal, we got land in certain places where community jetties were constructed, but at 13 locations, encumbrance-free land has to be given to the local people. This jetties will be constructed by us and handed over to the state government. We have, with Bengal, we have to sign a state support agreement, which is under process, I was told. Then Tarnipur bridge has to be constructed on Ichamati river, which we have written to the state government, because there is a demand for the people there. We can invest in this. On this route of Ichamati, it's connected right up to Bangladesh through Petrapol. So we had requested to develop this further. So some portion is not notified as national waterway. We want permission of the state government to notify it, so that there is an alternate route for the border crossing, and there is a waiting time of 4 to 10 days for the trucks on the Ichamati river, if that can be expedited. On Maharashtra, a demand has come that for waterways and the creek area for development of this through private investment. So now, since these rivers are notified as national waterways, the wharfage charge, when we are going through a bid, this will be awarded through bid. The wharfage charge has to be denotified, because legally it's not tenable now. If land has been given by MMB, then you can continue with the land use charge, but this wharfage charge, when it has been notified as national waterway, it has to be denotified. In Jharkhand, the land is requested for community jetties, and there is a request for signing of the state support agreement. That is from the IWI, please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We greatly appreciate your insights, sir. Now, I would like to invite Shri S.K. Mehta, Chairman, Deen Dayal Port Authority, to shed light on the challenges and opportunities for promotion of urban passenger waterways transportation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Next, please. I'm talking mainly about ROPAX, ROPAX in our country, and how net zero carbon emission has its role in ROPAX. How ROPAX would impact the net zero carbon emission. I would be talking about the opportunities and challenges, and the draft guidelines which are being proposed for agreements and all the regulatory clearances. Next, please. The emission, we are going for net zero carbon emission. The maximum emission is from road transport, followed by shipping and airways. So ROPAX would be playing a major role in shifting the traffic from road transport to coastal and inland transport. Next, please. If we talk about Indian logistics sector perspective, right now Indian rank is 38, and we are aspiring by 2025 we have to go below 25. Singapore is ranked 1 and China is ranked 19. As we can see from the category wise score, we are lagging mainly behind in infrastructure score. Infrastructure score we are quite below, so we have to augment our infrastructure score. We have to augment our infrastructure in all sectors, shipping sectors and all that. In all other sectors, we can see we are more or less neck to China. So we and China are very close other than infrastructure score. So infrastructure, RORO plays a good role in infrastructure also. So that's why I am presenting this figures to you. Next, please. As far as operational urban waterways transportation is concerned, about 8 projects are already being funded by Sagarmala with a cost of about 527 crore rupees. and Sagarmala has proposed 63 projects at 59 different locations with the proposed allocation of more than 2,000 crores. Next, please. The opportunities for RoRo RoPax are many. The main purpose of RoRo RoPax is to decongest the urban transportation. It would help a lot in decongesting the urban transportation. Coastal city, coastal town connectivity plays a great role in that. Riverine connectivity with port also is very important. This also would help us in the tourism circuit. Inland waterways transportation, as already Bandhopadhyay Sahib has put a lot of emphasis on that. And all these things would be helping us for lowering the carbon emission also. As far as the multimodal transportation mix of India is concerned, road has 65% weightage, railway 30, and waterways is only 5%. So we need to improve our waterway connectivity from 5% to 10 or 15% to improve our lower carbon emission also. Next, please. The challenges we all know regarding the challenges of RoRo RoPax. So we have been discussing regarding this also. Infrastructure development is one of the most challenging factor for RoRo development. Modern terminal development, upgrading of berthing facilities, and all other associated infrastructure, and that will require both time and investment. Regulatory framework, again, we are not having a proper regulatory framework for RoRo RoPax facilities. We are proposing now to go for proper regulatory framework for RoRo RoPax facilities. We are going to frame legal agreements. We are going to frame new contracts also. So it's already in the pipeline. I will be discussing further regarding that. Funding and finance, that again is very important. Capital as well as operational investment is very important. It has to come for vessels, for required support infrastructure, for jetty construction, for all other O&M things. We require good funding and financing also. Another important challenge is awareness and perception. Awareness, there is little awareness, less awareness regarding RoRo RoPax facilities. Where there is possibility to run the RoRo RoPax facility, where there is RoRo RoPax facility available, even in those areas people are not availing these facilities. So demand creation in those areas is very important. So that's why awareness and perceptions becomes very important. Next, please. The biggest challenge for RoRo RoPax is the cost of dredging. Capital as well as maintenance dredging, it is one of the most capital extensive activity which would require some state support to run RoRo RoPax facilities. Next, please. So once we come to financial support, these supports are under discussions. We are already going ahead with the financial support, how to provide financial support to RoRo RoPax industry. So operational cost becomes very important. So the proposal is to assist financially during initial stages, and hand-holding could be provided till they become self-sufficient, till the project actually reaches break-even at least. So till that time, some subsidies, some financial assistance should be given for operational cost. Fuel also, for fuel, some subsidy in fuel cost for some green energy, adoption of green energy, some concessions can be given. Regarding tax, some incentives government can offer tax incentives to ferry operators. It can reduce their financial burden and encourage them to invest in water transportation projects. Tax benefits actually can act as a catalyst for private sector participation. capital cost, capital incentive can be provided. Capital incentive can also be provided to ferry operators for acquisition of indigenized vessels or for development of necessary infrastructure. So all these things can be done as a financial support. Next, please. So these agreements are at the draft stage. They are being formulated. After formulation, they would be circulated to the states also for their comments. So three kind of agreements are under formulation. One is model concession agreement for BOT and O&M operators. In BOT concept, it is being proposed that BOT would be for 30 years, which would be extendable by additional 15 years. O&M would be for 10 years, which would be extendable for further 5 years. License agreement also, license agreement is being proposed that in unviable routes, Port Authority would go into license agreement with vessel operators, and the tenure could be for 10 years, which could be extendable further for 10 more years. And the third is for contract, that contract would be between the terminal operator and multiple vessel operators. The terminal operator means the BOT operator whom the port has given BOT operations. So it would be between them and the vessel operators. So in this part, Port Authority or the State Maritime Board do not have any role to play. These contracts would be between two private parties only. So all these are under formulation. After formulated, it would be circulated to the states for their comments. Next, please. So in the draft guidelines, route selection has been divided into two parts, viable routes and unviable routes. Viable routes, no government support would be required, only regulatory support would be done by the government. But for unviable routes, definitely intervention from the government side would be required. Financial operational support should be there to match the market rates for vessel operators, and for BOT operators, terminal operators, viability gap funding could be provided, and even port authorities could lower the port related charges. That can be done. Next, please. Next, please. Regulatory clearances creates a lot of problems, so clear differentiation would be done, that what kind of regulatory clearances would be done by whom. Like if we go for environmental clearances, it should be the responsibility of the port, it should be the responsibility of the concessioning authority. However, whatever the associated operational clearances are there, the operational clearances would be taken by the operator, would be taken by the BOT operator. Hand holding and facilitation can be done by the port or the concessioning authority. The utility clearances like water, electricity, sewage, etc., safety and security kind of clearances, they would be taken by the concessionaire. There would be some commercial clearances also, like if they want to start a food court, if they want to have a mall in that area. So for that, all commercial clearances would be the responsibility of the terminal operator, the concessionaire. Next, please. There would be dispute grievance redressal mechanism also. The salient feature would be a CSC committee has been formed by the ministry. The first step would be going to the conciliation and settlement committee. Later, both the parties can go to Sarod ports. So there has been a delineated grievance redressal mechanism that is being proposed, and these are the few common areas of dispute like vessel, demurrage, accident within port areas, security also like hazardous goods, hazmat, non-permittable cargo. So there are different disputes. There could be different kinds of dispute, but all the disputes, grievance redressal mechanism is being proposed in these two forms, CSC committee and Sarod ports. Next, please. Key financial assistance that is being proposed is one is viability gap funding or subsidy that can be done. mostly in PPP projects, VGF is proposed for, mainly is being proposed for unviable projects. Vessel operator can apply for VGF. This subsidy can act as a good thing for their infrastructure development, ticketing, etc. Safal scheme, voyage charters and other commercial transactions for employment of ship has now come under operating lease. So that is a very important part that has been done under Safal. IFSC, as we know, first IFSC has been developed at GIFT City. It has been established at GIFT City, and Safal scheme, now the charters can take advantage of IFSC at GIFT City. IFSC would be working as a offshore facility where FDI policy, foreign investment rules doesn't apply, and that would be a boon for ship leasing business. This has also an important role to play in the Ro-Ro-Ropax business in our country. Again, green and sustainable practices. So port-based incentives may be provided for low emission and green vessels. So these are the proposals which are being proposed by the committee, and that would be circulated to all the states. Next, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your illuminating presentation. Before we proceed further, it is requested to kindly adhere to the time limit as Thank you, sir, for your illuminating presentation. Before we proceed ahead, I would request to please adhere to the time limit so that we can catch up as we are already running late. So now I would request Shri Prakash Gaur, CEO of NHLML, who will discuss about the road port projects.
Thank you. Namaskar, sir. I must thank you on behalf of Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for inviting us and making up part of this development program. Let me assure you, sir, from Ministry of Road Transport and Highways that we are highly committed and dedicated for the port connectivity program, which also reflects that. Sir, now audible? Sir, I must thank you on behalf of the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, sir, for inviting us and making the part of this development program. Let me assure you, sir, on behalf of the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways that we are highly dedicated and committed for the port connectivity program, and which reflects that Ministry has set up a dedicated vehicle, which I represent, National Highway Logistics Management Limited, for logistics program of the country, which includes the port connectivities. Next, please. Sir, just to give you a summary of the work what we are doing in last when this program was launched. The first we have received 101 project total to be developed, where as a Ministry of Road Transport and Highways we are working almost on 49 projects. Balance are being either deprioritized or being taken by the port authorities or respective state governments. Total of this 49 project having a 2400 kilometer length, where 8 projects has already been completed, sir, of 294 kilometers. 23 projects of 1691 kilometers are under implementation, and 18 projects of 405 kilometers either at the bidding stage or at the DPR stage. Sir, other than 49 projects, as J.S. Sagarmala mentioned in the ATR and the other Sagarmala program, that we also received last year another list of 60 projects under critical infrastructure gap program, which is jointly by Ministry of Shipping, DPIIT, and Ministry of Road Transport was finalized. Out of the 60 projects, 59 projects are falling with us, where 1300 kilometers is being identified. But just out of the 59, 4 projects are already under implementation, which was in list of the 101 project earlier. Remaining 55 projects also, sir, we have taken up the feasibility and DPR, which is also gone for the DPR stage. So in totalities, we are working for 108 project of 3700 kilometers, amounting to almost 94,000 crore program. If I have to go state-wise, sir, AP we are doing almost 29 projects, Maharashtra 21, Karnataka 19, Gujarat 13, Tamil Nadu 7, West Bengal 6, Odisha 4, Kerala 3 and Goa 3. I'll come back to on these points separately. Going in more detail of the 49 project, as I mentioned, sir, this under the, as mentioned, 8 are already completed, 23 are in implementation. Out of this 23, we see that almost 11 projects we are targeting to complete in this project as per the schedule program. Remaining may go for next 2 years for completion. 4 are under bidding stage. For 2 will be going for bidding, and 12 DPR progress is going on. Next. In the 59 project also, sir, 4 projects has already been awarded, and 55 we have awarded the DPR. Now DPR is under progress under various bundles. Here I have some requests to the various states, all the states and the port authorities to please support, because in this program, sir, the ministry has also identified, Ministry of Shipping and the DPR has identified the category of this project critical, very important and important stingies. As you can see above, 5 projects are critical, 25 are very important, and 25 is important project stingies. This critical project of 5 are being taken up in this year itself, where it's been sent to the ministry for approval, and then will be taken up immediately. Next. Now we have few requests to the states, sir. Now you can see this being such a large program and so many projects are being taken up. It is humble request to the states and the port authorities that they can prioritize the project, so we can concentrate our energies which project will be taken up immediately and which can subsequently distinguish. And when I say prioritize, this can also see that when the project port is going to either operationalize, if not operationalize, or if it is traffic congestion is going to happen, so in 3rd year or 4th year or 5th year, when this is going. While doing this, if they can also provide not only the current traffic, the future projected traffic, this because all the assets we are building for next 15-20 years, so the port, I'm sure when building such large assets, they must have assessed the traffic while building those assets. If they can provide in next 15-20 years, these are traffic will be building is, which will also help us in establishing the viabilities of feasibilities of those projects. Another big challenge, sir, which we are facing, in fact, some of the projects are being delayed for that reason is, especially on the land acquisition, forest and CRZ clearances. As well as to put a special focus, especially on the forest and CRZ clearances, few of the projects, like in Karnataka, we have one project where we have the forest issues. In Gujarat now, Navilaki, we are going for CRZ clearance, so there we need a state support to do it, which will make it much faster in case. Another major challenge, sir, we face this in utility shifting is. Some project falls just at the vicinity of the port or in that area where utility shifting become critical and sometimes it delays. So we request port authority or state to really help us in support in the utility shifting. Last but not least, when we are implementing all this program through the public funding, it is also important that we should be able to recover the cost. And this being a very small project, not that large of few hundred kilometers, like some are 10, 15, 20 kilometers. You can see total 108 project of 4,000 kilometers, meaning its average size is coming 30 to 40 kilometers. So it may not fall in the main highways where the tolling can be happen. So for last 4, 5, 10 kilometer highways, which has been last mile, toll can be done at the port gate and can be as a port user or toll user can be there. So the recovery can happen this. If the port authority or the thing is, there is another proposal, in fact few of the port have agreed on that. If they want to make it much faster of the implementation of this, they can support in part funding of this project. That can also help us in taking this project further, sir. Thank you very much, sir. These are very list available, sir, for each project. If wants to go, we can go in detail.
Thank you, sir. I would like to invite now ED Gati Shakti Railway Board, Shri Kamlesh Gosai, to present on the rail connectivity projects.
Thank you, Vinay. Good morning to honorable ministers and senior officers from central government, state government, ports, etc. So, Ministry of Railway is committed for port connectivity projects to support the ports. It is also important for Ministry of Railways to increase its modal share and to achieve the target of 3,000 million ton by 2030. Sir, we have 3 categories of projects for port connectivity. One is under Sagarmala project, sir. One is under port connectivity, where ports are to be provided last mile connectivity, and there are 47 projects which are identified under critical infrastructure gaps, CPCP. Next, please. So talking about Sagarmala, we have already completed 29 projects with an estimated cost of rupees 36,985 crores, sir. 23 projects are under implementation, sir, with a cost of approximate cost of 41,957, sir. These projects, out of these 23 projects, sir, 15 projects are likely to be completed in next 2 years, financial year 24 and 25. The rest 8 projects will go beyond these 2 years. And 2 projects have been kept in abeyance because of land acquisition issues and alternate connectivity available. Next, please. So these are list of projects, so we'll move forward. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Talking about these are 17 projects. These are broadly, basically, those projects where we need to provide last mile connectivity, or many of these projects are being taken up under PPP or joint venture or developed by private port developers, sir. So we'll be expecting an investment of rupees 10,000 crore for these 17 projects, sir. Next, please. Next, please. So these are 47 projects, sir, which have been discussed with the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. Next, please. Out of these 47 projects, sir, 13 projects are likely to be taken up by Ministry of Railways. So many of these projects we are preparing detailed project reports, sir, and feasibility study are carried out. 12 projects are, we have a proposal from major port concessionaire or State Maritime Board or Special Purpose Vehicle, sir, for which railway is assisting for all necessary approvals. Sir, rest of the projects are basically those projects which are likely to come up in future, where port developer is likely to be in place in next few years, or port is likely to come up 5 to 7 years down the line. So 15 projects of critical and very important category, those are taken care of, sir. Important projects are those projects which are likely to come up in next 5 to 7 years, sir. Apart from these 3 category of projects, sir, Ministry of Railway is also working on more than 50 projects under corridor-based approach, sir, specially for port connectivity projects. So approximately 60,000+ crore we have worked, and we are in consultation with Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. So these are broadly from Ministry of Railways, sir. As Ministry of Road mentioned, our requirement assistance required from state governments would be that data is to be provided, sir. Gati Shakti National Master Plan portal, if we can have a visibility of all the ports as of now operational, what are the volumes being handled at those ports, what are the commodities. In many cases, sir, it may happen that commodities are in substantial numbers, that volume, but it is captive kind of, nearby, that it goes to 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. So we are committed to port connectivity projects, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your informative presentation. Our efforts to integrate various modes of transportation are making strides. Sir, going forward, we thought to show success stories this time in MSDC of various coastal states and UTs. In that continuation, we had discussion with various states, and jointly we decided and came out with 3 success stories, which we are going to present right now. So in that series, I would request Shri Rajkumar Beniwal, VC and CEO of GMB, who will share the success story of sustainable ship recycling.
Good afternoon, everyone. Next, please. So this is our success story for the port as a whole for Gujarat. We account for almost 1,600 kilometers of coastline, which is 21% of the India's total coastline. We started our journey mainly in 1981-82 when the traffic handled was 3 million metric ton, and we have grown at an average rate of 15%, and now we are handling almost 416 million metric ton. through Gujarat ports. Our entire coastline has been used to develop our port. It's not like that one particular section has been developed, but you can see various ports, major ports, private and captive jetties, GMB jetties, ship recycling, shipbuilding activities are spread all across the coastline. Next, please. Yeah, the journey has been mostly policy driven. We came up with the Gujarat Maritime Act in 1981. Then we came up with captive jetty agreement in 1987, port policy in 1995, boot policy in 1997, GID Act in 1999, captive jetty expansion guideline 2008, shipbuilding policy 2010, ship recycling regulation 2015, and so on. So we kept changing our policies. We started coming up with new policies as the environment keeps changing. Next, please. Now I come to the Alang ship recycling yard. It's a 10-kilometer long seafront with favorable for ship recycling. Started in 1983. Total 131 plots are operational, out of 153. It has a capacity to recycle almost 400 ships every year with a capacity of 4.5 million LTD, light displacement tonnage. Till now, more than 8,000 ships have been recycled. That accounts for 98% of India's total ship recycling and 17% of global volume of recycled ship in Alang. There is direct employment to almost 15,000 people and indirect employment to more than 150,000 people. All these facilities are equipped with treatment, storage and disposal facilities, incinerator unit, landfill site, safety and firefighting systems. Latest modern technologies have been used for waste disposal. Next, please. So the ship recycling is an ecosystem. It's a complete circular economy. You can see from starting from ship owner to cash buyer to shipping agent to ship recycler, waste management agent, transporters, re-rolling mills, contractors and secondary traders. So entire ship, 100% ship except the hazardous waste, entire ship is being reused. So it's a best example of circular economy, and the entire ecosystem has been developed all along the Alang area. More than 60 plus induction unit, 80 plus re-rolling mills, TSDF facility, everything has been developed. More than 200 shops, which retail shops and wholesale markets have been developed in that area. Next. This shows us the trend, how the ship recycling trend is going at global level, and as far as the two important neighbors, Bangladesh and Pakistan, there is a cause of concern for us, and there are reasons for this, and we are working on these regions with the support of Government of India. You can see that there is a little decline in our ship recycling after COVID. There is a increase as far as Pakistan and Bangladesh are concerned, and we have identified the regions and working on that. Next, please. So the reason, there are two important conventions which apply to ship recycling. One is Hong Kong Convention. So most of our plots of ship recycling are Hong Kong compliant. Now, Hong Kong compliance requires certain prerequisites like recycling facility management plan should be there, ship specific dismantling plan should be there, oily waste reception facility, paint chip removal facility, asbestos waste handling facility. All these things have to be developed by the ship recycling plot owners. And we are happy to share that more than 100 plot owners have already complied this. They have got the certification from Hong Kong Compliance Authority, and they are fully compliant with this international convention. Next. These are some of the things which they have to develop. I will not go into detail. These are little technical. See, the only thing I want to show that the picture at the top shows the method with which ship were recycled earlier, and the bottom shows, next please. Yeah. So the bottom picture shows after the Hong Kong compliance. So there is a lot of difference as far as ship recycling is concerned. Lot of investment is required, and we are thankful to Government of India that they have supported these plot owners financially also and legally also to come up with these new facilities. Next please. There are many initiatives which have been undertaken by the state government also for Hong Kong compliance. That is, we have to come up with Ship Breaking Code 2013. Then there are other statutory compliance which we have completed. For each plot holders, 50 lakh rupees subsidy was also granted by Government of India. So all these supports, because of these supports, these plot owners have complied these Hong Kong compliance. Next, please. Now, once this Hong Kong compliance comes into force at global level, then our plot owners will be benefited, because now, like Pakistan is not Hong Kong compliant, even Bangladesh was not till last 2 months back, but now they are coming up with this. Once this HKC comes into force, it will be compulsorily, the ship owners have to send their ship only to these plots for recycling or ship breaking. So there are 3 conditions. Fortunately, 2 months back, all 3 conditions have been completed, and now in July 2025, HKC will be in force globally. Next. Second important criteria is European Union ship recycling regulation. So European ships can come only to those shipyards which are compliant to European Union regulations. Now we have also worked on that. All our plot holders are working how they can become European Union compliant. For that, additional support which has been required is there should be advanced healthcare facility which we are developing. Then there should be downstream waste management facility, that also we have developed and we are upgrading that. Next, please. Then there should be labor safety and training. We have started a new training institute at Alang for complying this criteria, and there must be housing for the labor. Whichever labor are working there, we have developed a big housing colony for the labor which are working there with a capacity of more than 1,000 rooms. Next, please. Then there has to be a downstream cycle and hazardous waste management system which we have developed at Alang, in which each and every waste has to be accounted for till the last user. And we have developed system by which we can comply the European Union convention requirements, and we are submitting them that these are the things which which can be used for EU compliance. Next, please. This is another important aspect for EU compliance is beaching method. Now, how you beach the ship and how you cut it. If it is on the sea side, then it is not allowed basically. It has to be on the land side. It has to be on a concrete platform. No waste should go in the sea, inside the sea. Most of the ship recycling till now, they cut the ship inside the sea part and the waste goes to the sea. But now we have developed a system in which the entire ship is cut and brought to the land side. And then it is basically reused. Next, please. This is our future expansion plan. The green part are the existing plot 153 with a capacity of almost 5.9 million metric ton. We are coming up with phase 2 part 1 with 15 new plots and phase 2 part 2 with 30 new plots. The capacity of the entire Alang ship recycling yard will be doubled in coming 2 to 3 years. Next, please. Now, another topic that was given to us was container manufacturing. Now, we have done some research work in which that the container use is growing in sea trade. You can see from 2015, 140 million TEUs, it has gone up to, in 2025, go up to 180 to 200 million TEUs. Now you see that in the bottom chart, we have shown that China is the leader in container manufacturing. 90% containers of the world are manufactured in China. And during COVID, there was a huge shortage of these containers because of COVID thing. And this resulted in increased freight rates phenomenally across the world. And after that, our focus came to that we should have in-house container manufacturing facility. Next, please. But as of now, there are very few manufacturing units for containers. But you see from 2021 to 2030, there is a huge scope. More than 50 million plus containers will be required during this period. Almost 10,000 TEUs every year. And for that, we can come up with, these are the new opportunities where investment can be, private investment can be sought. We have one manufacturing unit, APPL at Bhavnagar, which has recently got from Concor a big order of 10,000 containers, worth more than 400 crores. So, but there are opportunities in which investment can be brought in this area. Next, please. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Dr. N. Yuvraj, Secretary Industries and Commerce, Andhra Pradesh, to present on Greenfield Port Development and Industrialization and an integrated fishing harbor.
So thank you for the opportunity, honorable ministers and also the participants from various states as well as the port authorities as well as from Navy and other areas. Sir, Andhra Pradesh, next slide please. Sir, Andhra Pradesh with the second largest coastline of 974 kilometer and also out of the 26 districts, 13 districts being the coastal districts, sir, is in the process of developing 4 new ports, sir, and also 10 fishing harbors, sir. We are expecting that with this combined port and fishing harbor construction, it will lead to the port-led industry development in the states in the coming years, sir. And some of the ports are in a very advanced stage as on today. So we thought that it will be very much useful for us to achieve our strategic vision of port-led development in the states, sir. Basically, we have targeting about 20 billion blue economy by 2035, sir. That's what we are planning to do. So this, next slide, please. Sir, the previous slide, we have shown where are the ports are already located. Just previous slide, one more time. If you see that the ports are located all along the coastline, we have 6 ports, including a major port of Vizag Port Trust in Vizag existing, and another port, 4 ports are being constructed. With that, it will become 10 ports in the state, sir. And in between, we are also constructing for every 30 or 40 or 60 kilometer once one fishing harbor, so that it's also create a combined strength for the coastal areas, sir. Next slide, please. Sir, as we told, we are focusing on both port as well as port-led industrialization, along with that fishing harbors and integrated seafood parks, sir. So we have achieved some progress also, which I will be explaining in the coming slides. The point here notice down, sir, along with the port construction, we have developing huge land banks along each port, so that it will be easy for us to go for industrialization earlier, sir. As of now, everybody knows that in the ease of doing business on the industry side, Andhra Pradesh is the first one, so we will be able to achieve this further by moving in this direction, sir. Next slide. Sir, this is the slide showing us what are the 3 ports we are developing through the EPC model, sir. One is Ramayapattam Port at Nellore, Machilipattam Port at NTR district, that's the previous Krishna district, and Molapet Port at the Srikakulam district. I am happy to share that in the Ramayapattam Port, out of the 4 berth decided to be completed, sir. 1 berth, our Honorable CM has told that at least 1 berth should be operational by the end of this year itself, sir. So by December 2023, 1 berth will be operational in the Ramayapattam Port, sir. So we are moving in that directions. With respect to Kakinada Port, sir, it is a PPP model, sir. That is develop, build, fund, own, operate and transfer model. So wherein it is going to be completed by November, sir, which will complete in the will show in the next slide, sir. Basically, as I told that we have a huge land bank along with these particular things, sir. Luckily, on this all the ports selected, sir, some of the lands are belonging to salt lands, which we are in continuous dialogue with the DPIT to see that land is transferred for the port authorities, sir. Next slide, please. So these are the 3 EPC ports which we are developing. As I told that, sir, Ramayapattam port is at the advanced stage. It will be completed. All the 3 ports are planned to be completed by June 2025. But with respect to Ramayapattam port, 1 berth will be operational, sir. We are going in phase model. The first phase covers at least 4 berths in each port, and also we given the draft also, sir, for these 3 ports that Ramayapattam is having 16 meter and Moolapeta is 19.2 and Machilipattam is 17.1. And also vessel size also we given, sir, 80,000 dead by tonnage, and the Moolapeta port will become the deepest one also, sir. Next slide, please. Sir, in Kakinada port, which is a state-owned port, we went on a PPP model to develop 11 berths, sir. It got delayed in the between, sir. Now it has the activity has started, and we are expecting that by next November 2024, it will be operational, sir. The draft here is 17.5 meters, sir. Next slide. Sir, we have given various support to the concessionaires so that it will be easy for them also to go with the model wherein they will be able to take like a merit and consideration amount of almost like 71 crores, stamp duty and registration fee exemption, seigniorage fee exemption, and also delayed payment of the district mineral funds. All this were given so that the private model can be executed, sir. In the EPC model, where we have went for the three other ports also, where we have gone with the loan from the Power Finance Corporation, so at the rate of 80:20, and 20% is being mobilized from the state equity side, sir. Next slide. So now I come to the fishing harbor, sir. As I told that we are developing 10 fishing harbors. Our CM calls these fishing harbors not the fishing harbors, mini ports, because we are developing them with the strong north and south breaking water, so that it serves as a fish-based marine-based industries also, sir. Our Honorable Finance Minister has went to Vietnam and other countries last time, sir. So he came to know that fish from Andhra goes there to get processed further and again getting go to other countries. So he told that it is a high time that we do this processing here in Andhra Pradesh rather than going there. So accordingly, we are developing all our 10 fishing harbors in such a way that it caters to the combined industries also, sir. Out of that 10, sir, 4 are already in advanced stage, sir. 4 will be completed before March 2024, sir. 1 is in the advanced stage, wherein after infusion of some money, it will be completed by December itself, sir. Juvaladinne, which is covered by JS Ministry of Shipping, that it is covered under the Sagarmala and Blue Revolution, that will be the one which will be completed at the first one, sir. These are the slides shows about that we are marine strength about first in inland production, fourth in marine production, sir, and 50% is being exported to other countries also. Next slide. Sir, as I told that our fishing harbors are being developed in such a way that it caters to not only to the deep sea fishing vessels when it has to come, it also has required protection also year-round operation, so that it will be able to do, sir. And I will give the progress in the next slide also, sir. It is also going to come with the integrated seafood parks and also for the facilities for fish landing, auctioning, storage, processing, packaging, everything, sir. And we are in tie-up with various people also to see that it has been used, sir. This is the model where for Juvaladinne, sir, where we have floated that tender for the applying for our this one, sir, for the cold storage. We got a MOU with the HPCL, sir, and also for other things we are inviting the successful bidders from the private side, sir. These are the various things envisaged in this ports, sir, in these fishing harbors, which we call mini ports, from the ice plant to cold storage to including to the FLCs also, sir. Next slide. So what I want to communicate before this state development council meeting of the Maritime State Development Council, that we are going with a hope that these both ports and fishing harbors will lead to a lot of industrialization in the adjoining areas, and we will be approaching you for your support also, so that we will be able to get this particular port-led development achieved in the coming years, sir. And we are in advanced stage as far as one port and one fishing harbor is concerned. I thought I will submit before this council these informations. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Now I invite Captain Praveen Khara, Chief Port Officer of Maharashtra Maritime Board, to present the success story of urban water passenger transportation.
Good afternoon, respected sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity. These are the 7 topics which I am covering in our presentation. Next. Waterways have been playing an important role in development of cities for transporting both passengers and cargo. Passenger water transport strengthens the urban connectivity and helps in boost economic growth. Passenger water transfers offer many advantages. Some of the direct beings are like low operating cost, efficient mode of transport across the large distance, reduction in traffic congestion on existing roads, and carbon footprint reduction. Maharashtra Maritime Board existing and upcoming passenger water transport routes are important steps towards harnessing the potential of waterways for improving urban transportation. Due to traffic congestion in and around Mumbai city, there is a desperate need to develop a sustainable passenger water transport infrastructure as an alternative mode of transport. Next. Yeah, next slide. Maharashtra state has 720 kilometers of coastline, which has 7 national waterways and various creeks. Waterways in and around Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, Thane and other cities in Mumbai metropolitan region provide a scope of efficient passenger water transport. Presently, we have 34 passenger water transport routes operational along the coast of Maharashtra, which has handled 18.7 million passengers in 2022-23. Passenger water network needs strengthening in MMR region, particularly for the coastal area in general. Next slide. This on the map can see these are the various routes. List is also provided in next slide. In MMR region, western part of Mumbai, eastern part, and Raigad district. Next slide. So passenger water transport in MMR region, we have presently 15 routes operating, out of which one is of Ro-Ro, ferry off to Mandwa. And in other Konkan regions, Raigad, Ratnagiri and Vengurla district, we have 19 routes operational, out of which 6 are of RoPax. Thank you. Next slide. So first, our success story, I'll discuss about Ro-Ro RoPax jetty service from DCT Mumbai to Mandwa. Traffic decongestion in Mumbai metropolitan region is a need of the hour. Vehicular traffic between Mumbai and Alibag was putting a lot of strain on the road infrastructure on Mumbai-Pune highway stretch. Study was undertaken to connect Mumbai and Alibag through the waterway for a vehicular movement. MMB and Mumbai Port Authority jointly pursued to establish a RoPax service between DCT, Mumbai to Mandwa, Raigad district. Infrastructure development and DCT was done by Mumbai Port Authority and MMB has developed at Mandwa. RoPax ferry operation commenced on 15th March 2020. As you can see in the map, by road to travel from ferry wharf to Mandwa was approximate between 3 to 4 hours. This thing has been now cut short to 1 hour, directly connecting by RoPax service from ferry wharf to Mandwa. Next. This RoPax service of between DCT to Mandwa has obviously helped in reduction of carbon footprint. Overall tourism in Alibag has increased, then fuel saving, directly saving a lot of fuel, and travel time obviously has reduced from 3 hours to like 1 hour, and tourism and land value has very highly has gone up in Alibag district because of this. Next, this is a short video on the RoPax service which we are running. No audio.
ते रोडचे खड्डे, परत कमरेचा त्रास होतो, त्याच्यासाठी
मुंबई से कुछ ही दूरी पर स्थित मांडवा, जिसके पास अलीबाग और कई जाने माने पर्यटन स्थल हैं। मुंबई से मांडवा की ये 130 किलोमीटर की दूरी सड़क के रास्ते लगभग 4 घंटों में पूरी होती है, पर वही दूरी अब जल मार्ग से महज 45 मिनट में तय हो जाती है।
माझं नाव सारिका आहे आणि हा माझा नवरा निकेत. आम्ही दोघं वर्किंग असल्यामुळे आम्हाला टाइम स्पेंड करता येत नाही. मग आम्ही कुठे जाणार, तर त्याच्यासाठी अलिबाग इज अ बेस्ट ऑप्शन. बट ट्रॅव्हलिंग करता करता हा गाडी चालवणार, मग ते रोडचे खड्डे, परत कमरेचा त्रास होतो, त्याच्यासाठी मग ब्रेक घ्यावे लागतात, नाही जमत मग ते रस्त्यांमुळे आणि खूप वेळ जातो त्याच्यामुळे. ही जी रोरो सर्व्हिस चालू झालेली आहे, जे वॉटरवेज आहेत ती बेस्ट आहे, त्याच्यामुळे टाइमही वाचतो आमचा. जलमार्गाचा जो अनुभव है तो आमच्यासाठी खूप छान आहे.
मेरा नाम प्रशांत अड़सुळे है। मुझे काम के सिलसिले में कई बार अलीबाग जाना पड़ता है। मुंबई से अलीबाग रोड से सफर करते करते मेरा पूरा दिन निकल जाता था, पर अब ये रोरो सर्विसेज की वजह से मेरा टाइम और पेट्रोल दोनों बच रहा है और मेंटली रिलैक्स होने की वजह से मैं अपने काम पे ज़्यादा अच्छी तरह से फोकस कर सकता हूँ। महाराष्ट्र मैरीटाइम बोर्ड ने जो मांडवा जेट्टी डेवलप की है सागरमाला प्रोजेक्ट के रोरो सर्विसेज के लिए। वो मेरे जैसे वर्किंग क्लास लोगों के लिए संजीवनी है।
और अब ये रोपैक्स फेरी मुंबई और मांडवा को अभूतपूर्व समय में जोड़ रहा है। इन सब की वजह से तटीय समुदाय का विकास भी हो रहा है और रोजगार के नए विकल्प भी खुल रहे हैं। और तो और मुंबई के लोग अब कोंकण इलाके से और बेहतर जुड़ रहे हैं, साथ ही साथ दक्षिण भारत के भी और करीब आ रहे हैं।
Back to presentation. So first, that was a first success story of DCT to Mandwa M2M service which is running. Then second, we have connected Navi Mumbai to South Mumbai, and this passenger jetty, tourism jetty which is constructed at Navi Mumbai has connected Elephanta Island. Earlier, to reach Elephanta, you have to go all the way from Gateway of India only. So now there is option of from Navi Mumbai you can travel to Elephanta, and that has shown a lot of tourism point of view. It is very successful. Almost 20,000 tourists have so far been traveling from Navi Mumbai to Elephanta. And second, we have connected passenger traffic from Belapur to Gateway route. That is not so successful because it is running parallel to the rail and road connectivity between Navi Mumbai and South. And fare is a very important this thing. Financially, like it's not viable for the operators to run because ticket cost is very high. Next slide. Next. Under Sagarmala, presently we have completed 8 projects of worth around 200 crores. 14 projects are under implementation, worth around 446 crores, and 12 are under development, worth around 481 crores. Next. So upcoming RoRo routes. These are the 11 routes which are like within next 1.5 years all will be inaugurated. They are under this thing development. And passenger vessel route, passenger water transport 8. These are also the upcoming projects which we are working on it. Then next project is in National Waterway 53 connecting Vasai, Thane and Kalyan. This project we are covering in 3 phases. Phase 1 will be connecting Bhinder to Dombivali Kalyan in National Waterway 53, and in that we will be constructing total 4 jetties. Bhinder is already completed, Kolshet, Kaler and Dombivali. Next. This is a map like from Bhinder to Kalyan, Dombivali. It is almost like 50 kilometer distance by in this thing. So this route will be developing. Next. Then 4 jetties are planned in Thane Creek. They are like Mitbandar, Mulund, Airoli and Vashi. This also is almost like 31 kilometers stretch from South Bombay to Mitbandar, Thana Creek. Next. So phase 2 will be like we will be constructing a new upcoming jetties coming at Radio Club South Bombay. So that will be connected to this Vasai and Vasai Creek and Thane Creek. And there is a rock dredging which will be connecting Ullas River and Thane Creek around 5.4 kilometer. That rock dredging and all is in phase 2. And in phase 3, Thane Creek dredging and all is involved as shown in the slide. Next. This is the Radio Club jetty which is coming up. This is a short video of 1 minute. Previous slide. Previous. Previous, yeah. Yes. Radio Club Jetty, sir, once this jetty comes up at Gateway of India, it huge number of tourists are visiting there, international, domestic. So it will help to decongest the present existing traffic of passenger water transport which is operating from Gateway of India. And the proposal will enhance the passenger experience and will add to the discipline to the current fleet of passenger water transport which are operating from Gateway of India. Next. Next slide. Next. So these are the few challenges, and these are covered in our next agenda also. So that's also. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Maharashtra's achievement in urban water transportation are commendable. As we have success stories, we do have few challenges and issues also. Our next agenda.